All right, I'm going to go over what we've come up with for a homepage solution. So now, right now we're at novet.org/home-test. Novet gives you personal advocate assistant, help deal with whatever you want dealt with. I give a fairly rousing, what I found to be compelling, demonstration that Neil is a wounded vet himself. Wanted to get people's attention. So this is what I call the Know a Vet Support Wizard. You can go through. You can pick however many of these you'd like. All information is private and confidential. We provide you a list of resources that can help, and if you want, a personal fellow veteran advocate do the heavy lifting. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a bunch of these. And so I hit continue. It redirects to this page. So it's just same page. It's just conditional logic on a form. If I click either of these, I get dynamically generated additional fields. So I figured this was a good balance. If they would like, just the resources, there you go. You hit view results, you view them. Otherwise, you click one of these and you enter your information. So I'll put myself in here. I can also select files. So let's say they really do want a personal advocate. They can upload their DD-214. It'll submit by email to whatever email, whatever email you'd like. But currently it submits to my email and the admin email. So if I type a message in there, I click View Results. It redirects to this After Wizard Submit page. I'm going to replace that title, but so it gives this message. If you're a veteran in crisis, you can text that, or you can chat with someone by clicking here. So if I were to click there, it would go to Homeless Veterans Chat. You figure that. You can also, if you do want a personal advocate, I'm going to go back to the original page. So here, what I did is I capture the information in a gigantic URL params, and I generate the ones you chose here. And so I did an example. I only did 3 of them, but the table is set to do the rest. But I really, I'm hoping you guys can tell me exactly what we want to do. But right now, with this, it would open to Aging and Retirement. Here we get the Regathon. Now, I tried to do the, oops, I lost it. Yeah. I tried to do the Regathon to the specific query, but this is where I think what would come in handy is exposure of the Regathon API and integration here. So that's sort of where I wanted to stop and see where we want to go from this point. But just so you understand what's going on here, if you go into Beaver Builder, that's what I built this on, the builder I used. Then you can scroll over this local resources. You can click the settings button and you'll see what I wrote in here, which is it's just custom HTML. It's capturing the form that it's submitting from is capturing. All I'm using is what's in the URL Params box, up there. So what I've done is I'm running a query using the if URL Param plugin and checking for all of these within the URL, the navigation bar. So then I did it just as an example. I was trying to create a responsive card, but it's Beaver Builder. These builders, they're a little temperamental, and I wasn't really able to get it to show up the image that I wanted it to show up. But we can play around with it, and at least you sort of have a decent looking solution that right now. So what you can do is you can just, if you'd like to build this out more, you can just copy, you can paste it in here, and then you can so this is a list, this is a UL is a list, LI is a list item, and you can just take this URL and you can create whatever additional lists items you'd like to have here, whatever you'd like showing up. But it seems to me that what the next step solution is probably an API integration. So that's what I would say is might be a good solution from here. I'll briefly go over what we did in the back end. You got your Beaver Builder and you got your forms. So this is the Gravity Forms plugin. It's a real nice $250 a year plugin. If I hit edit, you can see that I just built these checkbox fields. So you can go in there, you can add additional fields. I did a page break with some conditional logic within settings. And it's actually, so the page redirect is, let's see, is it here? Yeah, so I just set this button. You get the previous button, and you've got the continue button. But then within confirmations, here was sort of how I did this submit thing. I went in here and I did, I just wrote wrote them all in here. So this passes into the queries as a query string, so it shows up in this bar up here. You can also set notifications, etc. But that's pretty much it. The two new pages that were created are the home test and the after submit wizard. So this is, there's the after submit wizard and the home test, and you can go in and edit these within Beaver Builder. So if anybody, let me know what you'd like to do, changes you'd like to make, but hopefully this video makes it somewhat clear what's going on.